Hello everyone, my name is Brian. I'm 10 years old. I live in Nam Định City. I study at Nguyễn Viết Xuân Primary School, class 5A1. I've been joining the 100 Days of Reading Books with Ms. Dung Le. So, for this week, I'm going to review the book about the solar system. And it's still for the vocabulary readers. It's about science. So when you flip over the page here, we have the contents. This book has 3 chapters. The first chapter is Our Home in Space. The second chapter is Our Neighbors. And the third chapter is Moons and More. And down here is a page where they start that chapter. So chapter 1 started in page 4. Chapter 2 started in page 8. And chapter 3 started in page 12. And on the back over here, we have a glossary and comprehension questions. They're in the last page, in page 16. See? I'm no kidding person. So when you flip, we will start chapter 1, Our Home in Space. Now we still have this fast fact. And it says, and did you know that all space is called the universe? Well, that's pretty easy for us. So, this book has this part, so I want to put it into the main idea. So, have you ever looked at the night sky in the evening? Well, if you haven't seen, you were looking up into space. Well, and nobody knows where space ends and stops and starts. And we only know that it's really, really, really enormous. That's very big. Yes, it is. And we live in a place called the solar system. And inside the solar system, we live in a home in a vast place. We call it Earth. And the Earth was special. It is the only spot in the solar system to have life, which is us, animals, plants, and others. Well, that's lucky. Now, over here we have the map of the solar system. So, in the middle we have the Sun. Next is Mercury. Then Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and finally Neptune, the last part. And the Sun is at the center of the solar system. That's why it's called solar system. Well, now we have another fast fact. It says that the Sun is a star. Yes, the Sun is a very big star. And it's very big and it's very hot. I have another fact as well. Even though it's hot, it's mostly made of air. Whoa, that's an interesting fact. Even though it's hot, but it's usually made of air. That's very impressive. Yes, it is. And the Earth travels around the Sun. And we have 8 planets. They all travel around the Sun. Yes, they did travel around the Sun in circles. And we are going to chapter 2, Our Neighbors. Well, this neighbors word, it means that other planets. Now, first we got this. We got an arrow and we have a description. It says that, well, it talks about Jupiter. Well, Jupiter is very big, yes, you know. And it's also famous for the red spot. And the spot is a huge storm that had lasted for hundreds of years. Well, it could happen again today. Well, I couldn't know anything about it. And they said there are 8 planets in the solar system. And there's Earth inside. Now, Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system. Nothing beats it. Now, we have 2 more descriptions about Venus and Mars. Now, Venus is the brightest planet in the night sky. Well, Venus is, even though it's the brightest planet in the night sky, it's not the hottest. Well, it is quite hotter than Mercury because, well, Mercury has to die of it because Mercury is the first planet to the Sun. Why couldn't it be so hot? But Venus could be so hot. Now we met another friend that's friend of Earth. We call it Mars. But Mars has a description here. It says that Mars is a canyon that's longer than the distance across the United States. Well, you could imagine the United States really big. And if we split into half, then the canyon and the length of the canyon is much more longer than that line we slice it in two. Well, that's very good about it, and we have in our description down here. We have to destroy it. Well, Venus is burning hot, and it's twice as hot as an oven as well, which means you need 2 ovens to make it into Venus. Well, you mean we could easily cook food in Venus? We could just throw fish down there, and then it will be good. We will just fetch it up and put it home. And it has well, now we come to Mars, our friend. Mars is rocky and dusty. It has very deep canyons, some sort of canyons. We could just fall in, then we'll go down there forever. Yes. Saturn has rings. Well, we could see over here. And we have some facts as well. Saturn has about 10,000 rings. What a fact. We only see like 1 ring because 10,000 rings just whirl around together. We go back to the first planet in the sun. We call Mercury. Well, Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. Even though that it's not the hottest planet in the sun, like I said. Well, Neptune and Uranus, those are 2 very best friends. They call them twin planets because they are the same size and they're very kind of maybe cold. They're cold like each other. There's one thing that's different. It's that Uranus spins around the sun sideways like a wheel. Look, Uranus spins like this, but Earth spins like this. It's completely impossible to think of it. And guess what? We still have another tiny friend, but it's not in the solar system. We call it Pluto. And guess what? Little Pluto is not called a planet anymore. Why? In 2006, scientists decided it was so small they should classify it as a dwarf planet instead. Well, dwarf, have you ever heard of the Snow White and the 7 dwarfs? Dwarfs are small, so it's a small planet. Quite good for it. Quite good for that name. Oh, sorry, the thunderstorm's very bad today. Chapter 3. We're going to chapter 3. We call them moons and more. We're talking about moons and we're talking about more things. Now, what else is in our solar system? Well, we still have our little friend that still spins across Earth. We call them moons. And there are lots of moons around the Earth as well. The Earth has only 1, but some planets have many moons. Well, guess what? Jupiter has 63 moons. Wow. That's a lot name to make. Yes, it is. You could just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to 63. But there are still quite a lot, so we couldn't talk much of it. Now oh dear. It is going to have a lightning today. Well, look over here. We have a picture of something look like a potato, but actually it's an asteroid. And we still have fast facts down here. There are millions of asteroids traveling around our solar system. And they are also asteroids, and they are lumpy rocks that orbit the sun, like the planets, but they are way too small. Some are small as potatoes. Have you ever eaten potato? You notice how small it is. And some are big as cities. Well, some could be big as a planet as well. No. Some could be big as a world as well, as a country. It's super big. Yes, it is. Now we have over here, we have a picture of Halley's Comet. And this description, this is Halley's Comet. You can see it in every 76 years. Have you ever seen Halley's Comet? They once said that if you've seen Halley's Comet and make a wish, that wish will come true right away. Well, there are comets as well. A comet. What's a comet? A comet is a big, dirty ball of ice that flies through space. A tail of a comet can be a million miles long. Whoa. Wow. I would like to see a comet, but I haven't got time. Well, we have another fast fact over here. It talks about meteors. Well, there are three parts. Meteors, meteors, meteorites, and more. Well, you could easily classify that easily. Now, we have fast fact. They said that meteors are also called shooting stars. Well, we could sometimes see they shoot from up the sky and down to somewhere. And they say if you see a shooting star, try to make a wish. That wish could be true 100%. Yes, it could. Yes. And what are meteors? Meteors are burning bits of rock that streak across the sky. Well, I told you, if you ever see one, make sure to make a wish. If I see one, I will make a wish that I would notice everyone and I would got a whole world. I would be super smart. I hope so. So now we go to the last part, go glossary and comprehension questions. In the glossary, we have some new words. We have some new words, such as asteroids. And they have the definition over here. Asteroids is a rocky body orbiting the sun. Now classify is you have to put things in groups. So they have something in common in each group. And we have comet. A comet is a bright heavenly body with a long tail of light. When you see a comet, it has a long tail of light, and sometimes the light could be beautiful. It could be very long, so make sure to see it. If you ever see it, try to make a wish, I told you. And finally, universe. It's all about space. I want to be an astronaut as well. But I have a toothache, so I don't think I could go. Yes. We have only thing is vast. Vast is very, very, very big. Yes, it is. Now we go to comprehension questions. There are 3 questions over here. I can't just tell you all of it. Well, at least I review all this book for you. So I'm very happy to review this book about solar system to you. And I hope that you could read more kinds of interesting books to me. Okay, see you soon. Goodbye.